So what I'd like to do right now is a quick experiment with your help. I need you to help me to find out if all of you are going to be able to handle all of the yeses that you're going to be getting as a result of these techniques. Now, there are approximately 2,000 people in this room. Here's what I'm thinking. If all of you say yes at the same time, and you can handle hearing it, you're going to be okay. So here's what I'd like to do. When I point to this screen, what I'd like you to do is say the word yes. Are you willing to do that? Say yes. All right. Are you having a good time in Barcelona? Yes. Did you enjoy the Congress this morning? Yes. Aren't I a great speaker? Yes. See, it works. Now, how do you feel? Are you okay? You look a little flushed, but that could still be from the flamenco dancers. Okay, so what I'd like to talk with you about is how to do that. Well, when someone walks into your salon or skin care center, you have 30 seconds. In that 30 seconds, what I'm going to ask you to do is actually watch them. Now, I know that for some of you, that may be a new concept. Because if someone isn't talking to you directly, isn't that the perfect time to finish writing down what you just finished? Right? It's not until they come right here that you have to look up, because if they're busy looking at other things, you don't have to make eye contact with them yet. I know, I've been there. So what I'd like you to do is the minute somebody opens the door, I'd like you to look up and watch them. And in that 30 seconds, figure out who they are. Don't worry, I'll tell you how to do that in a minute. Then you will talk with them in a way that will help them feel safe. By the time they sit down for their face mapping, by the time you walk up and you hand them a hello, a menu, a handshake, you've got to know what to do. You can't treat everyone the same. Hasn't that been the message all morning? You work so hard to create unique, customized prescriptions for your clients, with your product, with your touch, with your services. And then we talk to everyone the same way. Is there something wrong with that? I think there is, and that's what we found out. What we found out is if we customize our style to every one of our clients, our yeses went up. So you walk up to someone's hand and you say, "Hello, I'm very happy to meet you." You're already sending a message. Your body language is sending a message to them. And as much as you would like to think that the message you're sending is, "I'm so glad to see you, welcome, please, I don't want you to know that I'm exhausted, just happy to see you." As much as you want them to get that message, that's not always the message they get, for one reason. We have no control of how others perceive us. And so the question is, what are they thinking when you do that? Have you ever wondered, what is your client thinking when you shake her hand? Is she thinking, "Ooh, this is going to be really fun"? Or is just the way you shook her hand sending some kind of message that makes her think, "Careful, she's going to try and sell you something"? How we approach our clients affects how they think. And then we ask them to go to the back for a private session, for a face mapping. They've already made a decision about whether or not they feel safe with us. Now, we hope to have a good thing happen, but what if it's not? What if we've made a, quote, bad first impression without even realizing it? Then we're spending the first 5 minutes at least that we're with them backtracking, trying to make up for it. So the key is, can you get it right from the get-go so that by the time you've gotten through your face mapping, you've gotten through your treatment, you're sitting down with your prescription sheet and your client is thinking, "Yes, yes, yes." She's listening to your recommendations. Why? Because she feels safe. Because you spoke her language. In that case, in that scenario, when you take your product and you place it in the bag and you talk to your client, the client is listening. What if you hadn't done that? What if you had just done the typical cookie cutter, excellent language that you would normally do? For example, You pick up a bottle of dermal clay cleanser and you would say, Lisa, when we analyzed your skin with the face mapping, we saw that you have an oily skin condition, so I'm prescribing dermal clay cleanser. Now you can use this to wash your face and you can leave it on as a mask as well. Now there's nothing wrong with that language, right? Here's what I found. I sat down and I memorized what I was going to say for every single product. And I always did it with a smile on my face, and I was very positive, and I made sure that I was never pushy. And I just delivered it very gently and would put it in the bag and wait to see what they said. Now, the answer that, of course, I was hoping for was wonderful. I'll take 2. And it happened, but it didn't happen enough. There were other answers I got. For example, I would get answers that said, I don't have time for this. I got answers that said, oh, you're so sweet to take the time with me. You know, you remind me of my daughter. You know, I should bring my daughter in, and on and on and on. We've lost track of the product by that point. Then I had the people who really wanted detail. They would say things like, okay, wait, slow down. What's in that stuff? How do I use it? What's it made from? I liked those people because then at least I knew they were interested. But again, an hour later, them still telling them who makes the product and where it comes from. My final and sometimes favorite client was the one who would stay the rest of the day telling me her story. She would get all excited and she'd say, oh, this is so great. This is that clay stuff. I know about this clay stuff. You know, I used to use something like it, but I don't think that was it because that was in a yellow bottle and this is in a white bottle. And you know, I really need to bring my mother in here because my mother needs you. And this is a... Again, lost track of the product, but she was so much fun, who could help but listen to her? If I had known then what I finally learned in my second year, I would have made it a lot faster. If we had a preview of what our clients were going to say before they said them, would you like that? Would you like it if I could show you a way to know exactly what your client needed to hear from you within the first 60 seconds of contact with them? Would you like that? Say yes. Then here we go.